السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على شرف المخلوقين. Brothers, we are in a special condition of novel corona COVID-19 virus. Every people in the world are in panic. Here, I have to share something to you. See, what is disease? Disease is the damage in the structure and function of a human, animal, or whatever it is. And when it becomes communicable when it transfers, when it is in a kind of transferring from one person to another. See, and what is the role of we people while such a pandemic is widely spread in the world? We know, before going directly to the pandemic issues, let me have some basics. We are created by God, and everything is under His control. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created and controlled whole the world, but He had placed a specific order for this world. And this order, see, when we have to take an example for that. See, when we take fire or lit fire on a paper or something, it changes to charcoal. And when we use water on it, we pour water on it, what happens? It extinguishes. This is an order created by God. And how we can find these orders? The way to find this order, way to understand this order created by God is only experiments. We have to do experiments, and these experiments result in solutions. Cardinally, we call that science. So, the science gives some proofs for this is the order of the world created by the God. So we have to follow this such and such things. The medical science. There were a lot of experiments till now to find what is the medicine for novel corona COVID-19 viruses to prevent this virus from infecting people. What is the way? They are very specifically doing experiments in laboratories across the world, but till now they failed. We have expectations in the age of very developed artificial intelligence programs and nanotechnologies. We expect more from science and wait and see. But as a believer, as a mu'min, what we should believe, nothing will be caused without Allah's intention and without His knowing. Still, find these orders created by God. The medical science tell us, prescribes, they instructs to do certain things. For example, to wash your hands, to use sanitizers, to use masks, to keep social distancing, to stay homes, to stay safe. Like that, a lot of things. Do we have to follow this? Definitely, as citizens of a country who protect us, we have to follow these things. As human beings, we have to follow. As a believer, we have to ensure that we are safe and our society is safe. What Habibina sallallahu alayhi wasallam taught us about pandemic. The first one, لا يوجد ممرض على مصح. An infected person may not go to a healthiest person. Because the answer and reason is simple. Why? Because if this first person may get cured and the second person may get infected and may deceased. The second thing, فِرَّ مِنَ الْمَجْذُومِ فِرَارَكَ مِنَ الْأَسَدِ. You may run away from a pandemic caused person from an epidemic caused person. Like, you stay away from a lion, keep social distancing. So isolate yourself if you are infected. Keep social distancing from those infected persons. The third one, فإذا سمعتم الطاعون بأرض فلا تقدموا عليه وإذا وقع بأرض وأنتم بها فلا تخرجوا منها. If you heard about an epidemic in an area, don't go there. If you are in an area where an epidemic is spreading now, don't go out. For what is this? Control spreading of this epidemic and to avoid a big disaster. What's that? If you are in an area and there is an epidemic, the people, if they are going out fearing these epidemics, this infected person and the deceased may don't get anyone to cure them, to take care, to bury them, to do the funeral activities. So to avoid such a disaster, you don't go out of the area where if your area is affected with the epidemic. Realize there is no way to find an infected person who doesn't show any symptoms to find him is infected or not, which is 100% successful. So we don't know who is caused and who are not. So keep distance from every person. Follow the instructions given by the respected authorities. Respect their service providers. Stay home, stay safe. We shall overcome. Allah may take away this epidemic from us. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.